All right. Let me see. Are we live? I think we're live. Yeah, I think we are live. Alright, let me put this in the Discord just in case anyone wants to watch. And then let's get started. Flipping EV. Wants to hop in. Hold on one sec, guys. That's everyone. Cool. Hello. All right. So let's see. Goal for today is want to make this surveillance system actually work. So as of right now, I have this surveillance system that's supposed to switch between all of these different cameras in the level. As of right now, I have a camera right here. I have a camera in this hallway with a like predetermined scary guy right here. And I need to make it so I could switch between them and control the camera when I actually hop into the game. So that is the goal right now. Hold on, let me close out some things. Move this over here. Okay, cool. Actually, also open up the chat so I can see that while I am in here. Got it. Okay. And let me pop this out. Pop chat out. Alright, cool. That right here. Alright. Alright, let's get started. So let's see, how do I want to do this? I could do it multiple ways. I can either make the camera a part of just one monitor and then move the camera dependent on that one monitor, like up in the world or around in the world. I could do it in the level blueprint. So yeah, there's multiple different ways to do it. I think I'm gonna try this way first though. So let me see. We have, where's this camera? This camera is, so I have it in the level blueprint right now. Did I set up anything for it? I have this. I don't think I like this system though. I think I'm gonna try to, I think I'm gonna make it so it's inside this actually. So let me see, let's make a, oh well, if I make a camera then it would be a part of all the other blueprints. Maybe I make it a part of the keyboard, so it's like when you click on it right there, that might work. Let's see, so here's the viewport. So if I add a camera right here and rotate it by pressing R and moving it up, let's see, compile and save. I just need to now adjust where that camera is. Okay, that's pretty good, but that camera's too far. So let's go into here and actually adjust this camera. So we'd have to, let me take off snapping. Why is it snapping by 50? Oh my god. Oh, did they really just hit me with an ad on this music? That's insane. Okay. And okay, let's see how far. So we want it to be, actually let's see if we can copy the same settings. I like these settings for this. Can I make it a cinematic camera in here instead? Let's close this. Can I add a cine camera? Oh, I can. Okay, let's do that instead. Cine camera, just to keep it organized. And let's adjust it, move it back, move it up a bit. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so that's way too high. So let's move that down. Realistically though, I should be able to just kind of Let's actually, can I pilot this? Yeah, let's pilot it. Oh, it's blocked by the other one. Actually, let me just move it then until then. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having fun with your game development today. Let's move by less than 10. Let's move by 5. Yeah, that's pretty decent. I need to change the focus though. You can see it's not focused. You can go focus settings. You can go manual, but before I do that, I'm gonna pilot it. Actually, I'm gonna hide that, then do that. So let's pilot this camera. And then let's make sure that the focus settings is this depth. So when I go in lit mode, yeah, that looks better. I think it should be probably moved up a bit. Yeah, it should probably be moved up a bit. Yeah, probably. Let's see. So let's move it up a tiny bit. That's pretty good. What's up, Rocker? Which you're working on the dude, I seen a lot of your animation. Your animation's really good, dude. Pretty good at that, man. I think probably right there. Maybe even a little bit less. I just need to rotate it. I need to move it in constant intervals. Is it actually centered though? Let me pilot this. It looks like it's more to the right than it is to the left. Let's see. If I move this camera to the left a bit. Where is it actually at in regards to this? So it's -5 here. 35. Okay, so. Yo! What's up, Blaze? Probably gonna have to move this by how much though? Let's see. So this is originally at -5. Okay, and so I'm gonna have to move it from -5. So if I want to go right, I'm gonna have to move it to 60. So it's 65. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let me write this down so I can make sure. Hello. Let me go off of reroute. I'm just gonna make a comment just so I can remember this. So I need to go 65 over to the right, but beyond that, is it the same on the left side? So if I go back to -5, and then if I go to, it would have to be so that'll be 60 on this side, so it'll be -65. Well, -70, I guess. I guess it would be, because that's what's weird. Maybe these aren't actually centered correctly. Yeah, that's what the problem is. You can see, yeah. So this one, if we're centering it like that, then I need to move these two over. So what's the gap here? So I have, are these even aligned? So let's make this 575 so I can have round numbers. 575. Let's make this 575. What's this one at? 642 and then 640. So let's keep this at 640 since we're gonna use that one first. Let's go 640. Make this also 640. Is that too little of a gap though? It might be. It might look better if it's more of a gap. Maybe I make it 580. What's up, Lunar? Oh, okay, not that way. So I mean, make it 560 maybe? Not too much. 570. That's probably a good gap, I think, actually. So I'll do it by 10 on both sides. Yeah, so it's a 640 to 570. Okay. And then let's move these accordingly as well. So if I go 1. Okay, so we'll then move it like that. Let's see, let's do 570, 570, make sure these are the same. 640, 640. So 70 difference. I need to then add 70 again. So 640 plus 70 is 710. So just move it over a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Now it's all going to be symmetrical. So now 710. That's a good distance, I think. Now let me actually pilot this so I can actually see how it looks. Yeah, I think that's a lot better, actually. Yeah, I actually like that a lot more. Okay. So now it's symmetrical gap. So then I can actually move it in good increments. Let's see. So now if I move this over, how much now? Let's see. So I'm right now at -5. This game is like, it's a sci-fi horror game, so it's mainly like single player. Obviously like certain monsters throughout. It's kind of like a roaming game, kind of like Resident Evil, Outlast type. I want to have some like type of increments though, or type of implementations that are different. So like right now I'm working on a surveillance system. So like in certain areas there's gonna be security cameras. So like for example, if I play and it's gonna lag a little bit, but if I walk up here, I actually need to get a better computer. You can see this camera actually follows you. So the idea is these cameras are always gonna update. So like, for example, if I go out of this here, in this camera, it's dark, but you could see I'm right there. That's the player that I'm using right now. So the idea is I'm obviously gonna do some like sort of jump scares where like when you're looking at the cameras, maybe something like this would pop up, and stuff like that. So right now I'm actually just working on making it so the surveillance will go cycle between all of the different cameras. I only have cameras in 3 locations right now, but we're gonna definitely be adding more. But that's just one of the components of the game. So okay, let's see how much I have to move it over by. So if it's at -5 right now, we could do, I can't believe I'm getting hit with so many ads on music. These people gotta make their money though. Okay. So -5 to, is that even? That's probably more even. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. I think that's good. Maybe by -70. Maybe 70 intervals are good. I can show you actually really quick. Basically all it does is, where is my camera? Let me go to my camera blueprint. Jeez, bro. You get a better computer. Right here, we can actually go to it. All it does is it basically takes it, it takes the location of the character and like its rotation, and it kind of like follows it using, which function is it? I think it's like it interpolates basically to that value of rotation that you're at. Let's go to Arenda. So basically it finds the camera. So this camera head is this right here, this top part. So basically it just takes it and it adjusts the rotation value accordingly to the camera location on the player. So it's basically always looking at the head of the player. So to find that rotation and then interpolate to that based on the rotation speed that I set. So I can set it to be really quick. I kind of set it to be like just like a default 5 value. It's kind of quick, but I think it's good. And then my plan is you can kind of adjust it accordingly and put like a sound. So whenever it moves, I kind of want to do like a boo boo, like, you know what I mean, like when it actually moves and stuff. I think it'll be really, really cool. Charlie, I mean, if you join the Discord, we have like a whole community that you can ask like questions to us, and we can kind of try to help you with almost any problem you have. Like, first sounds good. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's basically how it works. Right now, it's not a done system yet because I have to implement the system where like the sound happens every single time it moves, and I don't know, if I put a sound in right now, I actually don't think it's going to do it every time it moves. It might, because this is only called when it's updating its rotation. But I'm not sure. Oh, and also another thing to, like, with this system, there's like a sphere that I have around it, so it only updates when you're actually in the sphere. If you're not in the sphere, it won't update because that would obviously be unnecessary performance that it would like tinker with. Regarding the realistic door tutorial, how difficult would it be to add the ability to walk through the door when it's set to partially open like the RE games? Do you mean like you push it open? Like once it's partially open you can push it open, or do you mean like you can like slip through that 15-degree angle? Because if you're saying slip through the 15-degree angle, that would be kind of hard because you'd have to change your capsule component's width. You have to change the width of the capsule component. Okay, let's see this. So does it move by, it moves by 70, right? So if I go negative 75, I think that's good. So if I'm at negative 5 by default, let's go to 65. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Yeah, if you want to push it, it's not hard to do. I mean, the only hard thing, I'm gonna make a tutorial on that eventually, but you have to make it so yeah, let me actually give you the Discord link. Let me get that really quickly. The Discord link is invite people, copy. Let me put that in here really quickly. There's the Discord link. You can hopefully you can join that. But if you want to push it, all you really have to do, I mean, you kind of have to like make it so your character obviously has a capsule component, which by default it usually does, but you need to make it so the door is based on physics. It needs to be a physics-based door. I'm actually gonna make a tutorial on it soon, but if you also want to do like the hand animation, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I mean, it takes time to perfect it and make it like how you actually want it to look, but making the door open by walking into it isn't the hardest thing. Would it be better to add a timer to update the camera function so it doesn't have to run every frame and save some performance? So this camera you're talking about right here, the security camera. So yeah, this camera in particular, I was thinking about doing something like that, but also I kind of wanted to update. So like I have a sphere where if you walk in this general vicinity, and I can update it if I want to, but if you walk in this vicinity right here, like whenever it can see you, I want it to update. So I could do something like that. I might actually tinker with that in addition to the sphere thing, but it only calls when it's in the sphere. So like when it's in the sphere, then it's gonna update camera. If it's not, then it's gonna not update camera. Actually, let me make sure it's actually doing that. It's gonna make it so it's not updating camera, because this is only called when it's updating camera. So now, yeah, if it's not updating the camera, then it won't do it. Really important question, what kind of microphone are you using, because it's hella good? Right now I'm using the Quadcast. I think it's HyperX Quadcast. Let me see. Let me actually pull it up for you guys. I think it's the HyperX Quadcast. Yep, this is the one. Pretty good mic. I like it a lot. I think it was a little expensive. Maybe like, how much was it? Yeah, like $100 it says here. I don't think I got it that much though, but yeah. Asaf, how are you, bro? I'm good, man. Let me, all right, so let's see. Yeah, I think it was turning off by default anyways. If it wasn't, yeah, that's all you, I think this is all you really have to do to save performance as well. So you can do it either way though. Either way is like actually wrong. So okay, so now it's moving by 70 each time. So let me go to the surveillance and let's make sure we update that. So this would be 70 to the right or left. Can you make a jump scare tutorial or something like this? Yeah, I actually plan on doing jump scare tutorials. They're not too hard. It's kind of like every time you want to do a jump scare tutorial, at least when I make like jump scares, you kind of want them, you want a box, like, so it's basically just like getting a box collision, and then all you want to do is like, so as soon as you enter the box collision in like the level blueprint, you can make it so something happens, like whether you want it to be like a mesh comes up and then a sound effect plays. Like jump scares are pretty easy to create overall. How do you make the security camera update its screen capture? Oh, okay, so yeah, this screen capture updates, so I have like a material, hold on, let me actually go to it so I can show you really quickly. There is a material that I made. So if you want to make it so it updates automatically, you need to have a render target. So basically I set up render targets for every single camera I have. So like right here, you can see in this actual blueprint, there is a small little camera right here. And this camera is actually what makes it so it updates automatically. You just set up a render target to it, and then it's gonna update automatically once you set it to the texture target to be something. So like for example, in this one my texture target is one called North Hall. So because this is the North Hall. So what you'll do is you'll make a, let me find it right here. You'll make a material with the North Hall and make that as the display. This is an instance of a parent material that I have here that I found on like the marketplace that has a whole bunch of effects. That's why some of these have effects, like you can see. I actually really love them. I think they look really good. But yeah, all you have to do is basically just get a render target. I can make a tutorial on that in the future, but you just want to get a render target and then make it so you put it in a material and it'll automatically update if you put it on like a pane or something like that. How to attach spotlight into flashlight. Do you mean like if you have like a mesh or something, and then at the end of it there's like, let's say this mesh is a flashlight just acting, and then right here you have a spotlight. Like how do you attach that to your hand, or how do you attach the spotlight actually to the flashlight? Because if you want to attach a spotlight to a flashlight, you just have to go on like let me pull it up. You just have to go on like Sketchfab or something, and then just get like a flashlight model. Go to downloadable and just grab like any one of those literally, and just make sure that you make a blueprint. And in the blueprint you could just make it so attached to the actual light portion you have the spotlight as a child of the mesh. It's not too bad. Hey Commando Kid. Okay, because I did this in the screen capture don't update, I will check what I did wrong. Yeah, I mean if you join the Discord, I'm sure I can try to help you there as well. But yeah, no, it's fairly simple. So hopefully I can help you figure it out if it does still cause you trouble. All right, so let's see. It goes over horizontally by 70 every time. So is it 70? I think it is. Yeah, 70 to the right or left. So let's see what it does when it goes up. So if I want it to go up, I'm gonna need to make it. Oh, okay. No, not that. I need just the camera. To make the cine camera go up. Actually, what was it at originally? Let's also make that not a floating point. No, what was it at? 135, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so let's move it up. So it's at 35 right now. And if I move it up to where I need it to be, it still needs to go up. Right there. Why is it? It's cut off by this, like, let me see. How does that actually look? I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's 35 to, let me see, 35 to 170. Yeah, I guess 35 to 170, or maybe I should make it 175. Let's see, 175. Nah, it's too high. 170 would be good. So it needs to be from 35 to 170. So let's just create another, actually, what I'll do is I'll just go off of this. It's just so I can remember. Let's do a reroute. 35 to 170. Hey, Mr. Miscellaneous. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that shader compilation issue on your thing though. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with, like, I would assume either you deleted the wrong thing or I'm not even really sure. I think your best bet is either restarting the project or letting the shaders compile. But that happens sometimes when, like, you enable things like modeling, like it has to bring in more things, so sometimes the shaders have to compile. Okay, so now I know that it needs to go vertically from 35 to 170. So now let's see, when is it gonna move? It's gonna move once I press a certain button. I'm in the surveillance, right? This is where I need to be. Yeah, okay. So I need to set up a key, so let me just make a key for now. Let's do like the L key on the keyboard. Okay, so when I press L, let me just figure out how to make this work. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from the US. So okay, so off of pressed, I need to make it so may I ask, how do you learn programming with Blueprint? I mean, it's kind of just like an experience thing. Like as you use it more, you start to learn more about how to use it and stuff like that. Initially, just like anything else, there's like a pretty big barrier, so like it takes time to learn it sometimes. But once you start, like I would recommend like watching tutorials first. Asaf, if I were you, I would just watch some tutorials on like things you want to create, and then just try to like replicate systems. Like for example, like the door system that I made for Resident Evil was one of like the first systems that I like initially tried to replicate because I really liked their system. So like anything you like or anything you want to create, I would just recommend like trying to watch tutorials on like basic things and then trying to replicate them, like with no help. Like the only help being, let me see, the only help being like Unreal documentation, or like if you look up like, I don't know, how to attach spotlight to mesh in Unreal Engine, right? Like if you look that up, I'm sure you'll find, yeah, Unreal Engine forums, right? So like things like this are really good to help. Everyone has to look at things like this. I mean, I'm sure there's also gonna be like a Reddit, like yeah, right here, a Reddit thing. All of these are really good. Of course, many people create videos on stuff like this as well. So like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to create, you can definitely create it. You just gotta stick with it. My real name, I'm gonna keep it just to code things for now. Bro, keep going on. Your videos are so good and precise. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I don't know if you remember me from Discord. I asked about if you could make a jump scare. Yeah, I do remember you. Another guy actually asked about that above. I am gonna make a tutorial on it eventually, but jump scares are pretty easy to create. You kind of just need like a box trigger, and then when they, like, that's what people usually do. They just get like a box trigger, and then when you walk into a certain trigger, I mean, that's one way to do it at least. When you walk into a trigger, it just fires off an event where like either you make a mesh, like this mesh or something, come straight to the player and move to the player's location, or you play a sound effect, whatever you want to do. It's not too bad. I'm gonna make a video on it soon. But okay, let's see. So let's grab this and let's try to make it so it moves when okay, so yeah, based on the location that it's at now, so it'll be the world location. So we want to grab this, we want to get world location. We're gonna want to set the world location on this. So let's set world location. And we'll see how this works the first try. But so we're gonna want the new location to be the world location, but just plus a vector. So let's try adding. So okay, if we press L, let's make it do it in the horizontal direction first. By the way, I am from the UK and trying to make a platformer game and a horror game in Unreal Engine. You're trying to make both? They're very different. You can definitely do it, but yeah, they are very different. Will the devlog be released as a video? Yes, it will. Everything you're seeing right now, I'm gonna compile it into a devlog, and release that. I did a couple of things in this tutorial. Like after the last one, I like expanded upon the actual structure. I'm gonna have like multiple layers to this space station, so like there's gonna be a second floor, and I did some mapping to like what I'm gonna do with it and everything like that. But yeah, there's gonna be a second floor, there's gonna be a bottom floor. I still need to fix this sky map though. Like look at this, like what is that? Like, but that's pretty easy to do. I'm gonna just get some sky map from somewhere or something. And this key pad still goes off the screen if you type in too many characters, so I'm gonna have to fix that as well. But I am making a game, but I'm scared about handling the file size of the game. Do you have any tips? So like with file size, I guess my biggest tip is like, so if you're using assets from like the Unreal Engine marketplace, just make sure with whatever you're using, you try to make sure that you delete things that you're not actually using in the game. So like if you're importing, for example, I have this right here, which is an asset from the Unreal Engine marketplace. if I'm not going to use, I don't know, construction 1, this, whatever this is, like delete it from like the game when you're done. Like when you're done actually creating everything, because everything that you're not using takes up space in the actual game file size when you're done. And so like all of these things, but if you're not using it, it's still being exported all in one file. So yeah, just make sure that you're actually like using everything that's in the game when you're ready to export. You actually are using in the game, because if not, it's just taking up unnecessary space. Besides that though, there's like let me find it. I'm pretty sure there's like people that do it for you. They make like Unreal packs for it, but like if you look up like file size or something, I'm pretty sure people do like, yeah, like asset cleaners. This is doing basically exactly what I just said to you. So like it looks at your project and it basically sees like, okay, what is being used and what isn't being used, and it kind of like cleans it. It just deletes everything that's not being used, and it keeps your project size low. But yeah, that's basically it though. It's kind of just like going through everything and making sure that you're actually using it in your level. If you're not, you should delete it. So I have 0 experience, so where should I have to start? Well, that's according to you. It's according to what you want to create. If you're in Unreal to create 3D games and first-person games, third-person games, whatever type of game you're trying to create, they're all different. So I would recommend first to try to like create anything. It doesn't even really matter. Whatever you want to create, just try to create it, but make it small at first, because if you make it too big, it's gonna be too daunting and it'll take a while. Look basics tutorial online. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know why, but I love watching game dev videos or live streams. So relaxing. Yeah, I try to make it, especially this music. I think it's the music that's doing it, so making it pretty relaxing, I hope. All right, so let's see. What am I going to use here? Do I want to set world location, or do I want to move to? Let me see. Move to, because this will also move it, I believe. I think this will do it automatically, which is kind of what I want, actually. Let's see. We'll keep it over here. Okay, so the new location is going to be, in this case, it's going to be plus, let's do it horizontally first. So do plus 70 to the right. So we're going to want to first actually do this. Let's split this value, split structure pin, and so let's split the structure pin here as well. So we know the X value and the Y value, actually no, X and Z are good. The Y value needs to be added. So it needs to be added 70 to the right.
The future is not just
all these ads, man. And then let's actually skip that. And then that should make it so it goes to the right position. I don't know. Let's see. Toto equals tutorial. I'm French and we say it that way, lol. Oh, look basics tutorial online. Is that a YouTube channel though, Nevermind? Like basics tutorial online? Or is that like you're saying I make basic tutorials online? How long have you used Unreal Engine for, and what do you think about the new Unreal Engine 5.4.1 update? I've used Unreal for like I would say probably like 3 or 4 years. I was in Unity before it. I was using Unity all the time before it. So went from one game engine to the next one, and at first Unreal was like kind of like, it was confusing. I mean, I was just like, I don't understand where to do anything. And then as you keep creating though, it becomes more apparent what you're supposed to do. And honestly, I feel like the blueprint system is a lot easier than actually like coding components and everything like that, even though it's kind of the same thing. But I have interest in first-person perspective shooter games, but when I saw online YouTube tutorial, I forgot everything gradually. Can you help me please in finding which course is best? I don't use any courses. Personally, I've never used a course, so I wouldn't really know about courses. But eventually I do want to actually create a course for everybody, with like basics and like Unreal and like maybe even some more advanced things so you can like replicate systems. But yeah. Why did you go from Unity to UE5? well, I originally went from Unity to UE4 to be honest. But I just switched from Unity because and it was even before I seen any of like the discourse with all the Unity drama and everything like that. But basically I just wanted to, what is that moving that camera to? It's moving the camera to its feet. How is that even possible? When I interact with it, it's off of true, it's going to, oh, there's no new there's no new target. I thought Unity was a little too, I don't know, it didn't feel like I was progressing. Like it felt like I felt like I was also kind of like hard capped because of the fact that Unity's graphic system, like as you can see, I like creating like 3D like realistic games, but I like creating other games as well. But with Unity, I felt like they have one way to do it, which is like their HDRP engine pipeline, and it's just not, it's not the best in terms of like optimization and everything. They kind of just pump everything into one thing, and then it kind of makes it so it's kind of, it requires a heavy machine. It requires a machine that can really run all of it. So with Unreal, I feel like there's a lot more that you can do while optimizing performance, and it looks better anyways. Like especially if I'm gonna be looking for realistic games, like why wouldn't I go with Unreal? And that was before Nanite and Lumen and all of that. Hi gamers headquarters. By any chance, could you create a game dev physics tutorial in which you explain how everything works? I mostly get confused and don't exactly know how things like vectors, interp, which you use in math. So yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that. I can do that in the future. That wouldn't actually be too bad. But in terms of like vectors and interpolation, so like you just have to remember, like interpolating is like when you go from one number to the next number. Basically, it's pretty simple. Where did I use the interpolation? I used it in this one actually. So like this is a pretty good example of like an interpolation. So this is an R interp, which is rotation interpolation. But it basically just makes it so you go from one value, this current value, to the target value, and you do it over a certain time. That's basically what an interpolation is. But in terms of vectors are just like a set of 3 or 4 numbers. Or 2 numbers. Like it's a set of numbers, kind of like a list. But a vector is usually like direction, or location, or transform. That's a vector. It's like a set of 3 numbers that like give information about something. Yeah. How you learn game development? I kind of just learned, like I started game development like I would say like 6 years ago now with like Unity. Like yeah, it's 2024 now. Yeah, it's been like since like 2018 I've been doing some sort of game development. And I mean over the years it's just like you just learn more and more about it. So it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing to actually pick up when if you're trying to. I'm still a computer science major, so like everything that I do with it like I've learned from other things in computer science. But yeah, same. Unity was also hard for me, and I don't like C# coding, and Unity kept crashing a lot for no reason. Yeah, they have a problem with that too. Unity always crashes. I don't know if it's like a problem with their compiling system or what exactly it is, but something about it, like it crashes a lot for me, a lot more than Unreal. Okay, so let me see this. I actually need to change the new target to be the camera that I'm using. If you make a course, you will be my lifesaver. It will help a lot of people. Yeah, I plan on it eventually. Especially for like blueprints. I feel like if I make like a blueprint course with like basics and blueprints and then go into like advanced stuff, I feel like it'll help a decent amount of people. Did you publish any game? If any, where can I find it? I haven't actually, like, I've made games, I just haven't published any of them like to the public. I feel like my problem is that like I always want to make it as perfect as possible, like many other game devs. I just want to make it like as perfect as possible before I put it out, because then I feel like it's like if there's problems with it, it's like gonna haunt me, you know. Pewdie God, what's good, man? All right, let's see. With the surveillance, I need to set the new view target to be this cine camera. Get camera view. No, what do I need for this? It's not compatible with actor reference. Get. I need to get this view. And like, if you don't know how to do certain things, like, man, there's nothing wrong with like looking things online, like especially with like beginners. If you're trying to learn things, don't feel ashamed like if you watch a tutorial and then you forget how to do it, because like not everyone's gonna pick up and remember every single thing they try to learn, you know what I mean? So like never get discouraged. Always think about like how you can get better instead of worrying about the things you lack at, if that makes sense. Where you learn Unreal Engine? From like the same way I guess you guys learned from me. Like I watched a lot of tutorials on this stuff, so especially with like Unreal, I watched tutorials on like how to make people sprint, like, you know what I mean, when I was younger, when I was trying to learn how to do these things. And so like it made it a lot easier for me to learn those things, and then like follow that up with other systems that I wanted to create. If I do self here, I should go to this camera theoretically, I hope. Let's see, so if I interact with it, but yeah, it's just it takes time to learn Unreal, but I mean like anything else. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're in the camera. Okay, so now if I press L, nothing happens, but also we have the camera shake, which is not what we want. We don't want the camera shake. Also, what would you prefer, paid courses or YouTube courses? Because online tutorial is so confusing without any flow. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I know paid courses usually have like some structure to them, like they have like flow, and usually they give you like the files so you can replicate the system. I don't think there's any wrong answer to it. If you find a good paid course, I don't think they're bad at all. But I mean, for me personally, I relied on tutorials for the most part. And kind of like took my former knowledge from game development, from like Unity and other things like that, and kind of like followed up on it. But yeah, I mean, it's all per person. If you feel like you learn better in that like type of flow environment, then maybe a course is better. But I do think I want to create a course eventually, like a paid course, and I'll make it like really intricate. I'll leave a lot of things in there so everyone can learn basically like everything I know. Many people, including some of my friends, believe Unreal Engine blueprints is not efficient as typing the code. But in my experience, I actually don't find anything like that. What is your thought on it? I mean, in terms of, they're saying it's not efficient in terms of writing the code. Because I think in terms of writing the code, it's really efficient. That's where it really shines, because it's a lot quicker than if you were to literally manually write every single function, every class. You know what I mean? You right click and then you can do whatever you want here. Like you don't have to type everything. So, but if you're talking about in terms of performance wise, they might be right. C++ does compile quicker than blueprints, because basically with blueprint systems, they have to take everything in blueprints, like all these nodes, and they have to compile it and then compile it again. Like they have to change blueprints to C++. And then that it's just an extra step. So if like it's not a big enough worry to make it so like, oh damn, maybe I should just do everything with C++. But yeah, I mean, in terms of that, they might be right. But in terms of actually being efficient in writing code, like how fast you can write code, it's a lot quicker with blueprints, in my opinion. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Chris will help to many people who would want to make games but don't know how, and your videos are really understandable so people can understand better. Yeah, thank you for your thoughts and stuff. I try to make them understandable. I try to like make it so I have like a clear structure, and like with like everything I'm trying to do. Okay, so wait, let me actually see something. Let me work on this level design a bit. So I want, for right here, I want there to be some sort of like invisible ladder system where like if they go to this area, they can go down or they can keep walking if they want. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it though, because obviously if I have a hole right here with physics, they'll just fall through it. So I'm thinking about putting some type of like, let's see if I can go on Sketchfab and find something. But I want to find some type of like, here they go with the ads again.
Whatever that is.
Wow, I got hit with a double. I want to find something that has like, I guess kind of like a trapdoor, but it's not gonna be like a trap door. It would be, yeah, something like this where like they could go down if they want to, but I need it like open as well. We're gonna go, I'll go through it really quickly. Damn, we've already been live for almost an hour. Wow. See if I can find something really quickly. If you guys do want to find like meshes and you guys don't really use Blender that much, I would really recommend going on Sketchfab. Sketchfab's awesome for this type of stuff. It just makes it so you can like really get meshes, and especially if it's like you can download it and use it commercially if you just give them credit. It's really useful. It means you learn mostly from YouTube, so which YouTuber would you prefer and which is your favorite? I mean, I did it a while ago. I don't really use YouTube tutorials that much anymore. But when I used to, I don't really have like a YouTuber that I really like that much. I would just look for specific tutorials. So like, I couldn't really tell you a YouTuber, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I mean, I really don't know. But I mean, I'm sure you can look and find some good ones. I also make tutorials here, so I don't know. I think you should make something like cover for it, which opens from both sides and it opens and closes with a lever or button or something. Yeah, I think that's more of something I want. Like maybe like glass floor or something. Maybe I make like a glass floor of some sort so they can see down. Sci-Fi. Let's see if there's anything similar to what I'm looking for. I just want something where like on the floor I can press something and it can like go up. Or maybe I could do like an elevator system. I'm not 100% set. If there was an elevator system, I think that would be cool too. If I do a ladder, I would more than likely have to do ladder animation, which I'm not against, but like if I had like an elevator like this, it would fit perfectly. But blueprints won't affect game performance after packing final build project, right? Or will it affect? So blueprints won't they won't make your game run a lot slower than if you were to just do C++. No, blueprints won't affect game performance. Whatever you see, so like whatever I'm seeing in the engine right here when I run the game, that's not exactly how it's gonna look. It's actually gonna run a little bit faster because of the fact that along with Unreal Engine, like the game, you're running all of its mechanics as well in Unreal Engine. So when you export the game, it's gonna run faster than when you're seeing it actually in here. It'll be fine as long as you optimize your game and you get like a steady, like I don't know, 60 FPS or something. As long as you export with those systems, and I mean your computer's not like beastly. If like your computer's average and you're still getting 60 FPS, then you really know you're good, you know? You make models in Blender. I make some models in Blender, but I'm not gonna act like I'm an artist in Blender. That takes a lot of skill, man. That's hard to do. I wish I was better at it though. I would love to get better at Blender. If I had like an artist or something, man. Okay, so let's see. If I did an elevator system, I think that would work good, but I don't know if it's like, this one doesn't even show the animation. I would show the animation. But if I did an elevator system, I would put it right here, and I guess maybe you'd press like a button or something and it would take you down. That wouldn't be too bad. I don't think that would be bad actually. I actually kind of like that maybe. But I need to expand this way horizontally and this way as well, and then right up here is actually going to be the big headquarters of the game. So I need to make a spot for that. Yeah, a teleporter might not be bad actually, but the only thing is I kind of want it to be like, I guess, yeah, I don't know, I could do multiple different things with it. So this is the second level, this is the third level. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I mean, I could do many different things with it. But hold on, let me actually do this really quickly. I need to grab these. And then... Okay, so let me grab this. This is all as one? No. Grab this as well. And that should be... Oh no, then there's also the outer. And there's this. Let's see. Now that's all of that. Okay, so if I duplicate this, rotate it 90, I need to have in both directions this way, Let's do it this. And actually, before I do that, let's rotate it by 10. And we have to make sure it aligns. Move it over and see exactly where it is. Maybe move it once. Let's see about that. Is it too high or is it just right? I think it might be just right. Oh, no, there's a gap. That's why you always gotta be careful with these. That's a good idea with the elevator. Can't you make it procedural generation? So the only problem with this being procedural generation is that since this is a space station, I mean, I could make it procedurally generated. I could. But the only thing is, especially with like certain like keys or something, like if I want to have certain things where like, okay, this is off limits or this is a locked door, I would need to really track that procedurally, because if I don't, then you'll have like really game breaking bugs where like certain places that are supposed to be locked won't be locked. And then like the thing to lock it didn't spawn yet procedurally, so then you're kind of like stuck out of it, you know what I mean? So like procedural generation is possible with this, but yeah, it would just be a whole different level. I might go into that in the future, like maybe with like an extension off of this game, maybe like the second version. But for the first version, I think I'm just gonna build it. But procedurally generating a game is a definitely a good idea for replayability. That makes a lot of games more replayable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on like an elevator type of system, and yeah, it'll just go down. Maybe I have like a key press that where you press it, it goes down. But let me make sure I actually fix this model so it fits this correctly. So let's do 10 now. Let's see, does that fit? It looks good on this side. Now on this side, how does it look? I think that's good. I don't think you see any. I think that's good. Okay, that's good. You don't see any of it now. But yeah, no, procedural generation is a good idea. But it would be really hard to track. I've actually never procedurally generated like a space station like this before, so it would definitely be a lot to track, especially if I want to have like a story element to it. Okay, so then now, let's see. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys. I made, what did I do? Custom meshes. Yeah, I made a greenhouse. So I haven't made the material for it yet, but there's gonna be a huge greenhouse in the game, and I plan on making it kind of similar to Prey. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Prey, but Prey was so cool. Prey game. This game had a greenhouse, and it's like the most sick thing ever. Greenhouse. Like, this place in here is so sick, and I feel like if I made it with better graphics, like with like more updated things, it'll look super cool. And like, imagine like fighting monsters out here and stuff like that. I think it would be super cool. What's your thought on the new motion matching sample? It's like really good. I checked some videos on it, like some people made videos. I haven't actually tinkered with it yet myself, because I've actually been working on my own like motion system. I'll actually show you that real quick, because I plan on making a tutorial on it. You guys can let me know what you think. I'll show it to you guys first. My Discord's seen it already, but for everyone that's not in my Discord, I'll show it to you really quickly. It's really good. It's mainly good for like third person things though, the motion matching. So if you're gonna do something in third person, the motion matching will be really nice. It has like a mantle, it has like a jump up animation, it has obviously the walking and running. It's all like 8 direction. And it's clean, man, it's clean. The pivot back and forth is nice too. It's all really good. It definitely gives a AAA feel. That's for sure. Definitely gives a AAA feel. I understand for 1 hour now. You have to make a course with proper roadmap, please. Yeah, I plan on doing it in the future. I definitely plan on doing it in the future. If you want to be updated on everything that I do though, you can join the Discord. And you can get like proper updates on everything we're doing and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Will you publish any game hereafter? Oh yeah, for sure. This game is going to be published. As soon as I'm done this game, I'm publishing this on Steam. Yeah, this is going to be a published game. How do you create textures that make up the material for a mesh? Sorry, I had to drink water. There's many different ways to create textures, but like again, I'm not really like an artist. I create textures, like I get textures from other things and I map them to them. So like for example, even in Unreal, they have Quixel Bridge, which has like some really good materials that you can use. But if you want to actually map textures, I'm not the person to ask for that. I'm not very good at that. Yeah, we need a lot of tutorials. I got you guys. Trust me, I got you guys. Will this game be free? I'm not 100% sure yet, just because I'm going to be dumping a lot of time into it, like time that I would be investing in like a full-time job. But if it is paid, it won't be much. It'll probably be like $2.99, $3.99 or something like that. So, but I plan on making the game like pretty long, like longer than a typical indie game nowadays, an indie horror game. I feel like most of them are just like an hour long, like if that, like, you know what I mean? They're not very long anymore. But I'll show you guys the system I've been working on, so you can see there's 8-way bi-directional movement. So I set this up yesterday. I'm really happy with it, actually. I think it looks really smooth. You can see the shadow, and if you look down, it's pretty smooth. All first person. So, and then if you run and everything and crouch, it's all really smooth. The only thing I have to fix about the system before I can make a tutorial is the fact that you can technically sprint backward and sprint sideways and all that, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna have to fix that. You can sprint bi-directionally, so I don't like that either. I want to make it so you can only sprint forwards and everything else you have to walk, you know. But I think these movements are really good. I'm gonna use these in Eevee, actually. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments of like how smooth this is, or if you guys think it is smooth, or what you guys think. I also have to actually fix it with, you can see right here, it's not bi-directional with crouching yet, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna set that up. Would you help me in Game Development? I also join your Discord, please. I'm eventually going to be creating, if you look at the announcement section on my Discord, I'm eventually going to be creating like one-on-one tutoring sessions with members from my YouTube channel. So once I get monetized, I plan on doing, you can become a member of the channel, and I can give you like one-on-one help with almost anything game development wise. And yeah, that's my plan. But yeah, so that's the system I've been working on. So in terms of the movement and everything like that, I actually have to put that into my Eevee game as well. I'm glad I found your channel because I'm working on a horror game myself. Yeah, man, of course. Horror games are sick, dude. A lot of people, I feel like nowadays people don't make horror games as much, but I don't know why. Why the name Eevee? I don't want to tell exactly why yet, because the name Eevee comes from the game itself. Like in the game, there's reasons why it's named Eevee. But that's not the finalized name 100% yet. Just currently, that's what I'm thinking the name was going to be, but not 100% yet. Same thing with the player. I named him Alex Mercer, and I realized Alex Mercer is the name of a character in, I forget which game it is. I think it's Prototype or something like that. And so that also isn't finalized either. You can get procedure generation and map it in Blender. Yeah, I know a lot of people use Blender, and that's what it is. Substance Painter. I was thinking of that. Yeah, Substance Painter. A lot of people use Substance Painter. I think yeah, I have Substance Painter. I've used Substance Painter. But with that though, it's definitely at least in my case, I was trying to make a lot of high quality things, and you need a good computer for that. Hey, are you live? Yes, I am live. Thank you so much. You answered all my questions. YouTubers like you are very rare. Thank you so much, man. Of course, anything to help, dude. Will it be on stream? Will what be on stream? Yeah, will what be on stream? I forget exactly what I was saying. So yeah, I think a elevator system right here would actually be really good. So maybe I'll just do that. The only problem I'm thinking, no, actually, I think that would be good. I think I'll do an elevator system. So let's see. Let's see what type of elevators there are. A sci-fi elevator. Let's see if there's some good elevators. Because horror game is so easy, I guess. A lot of people think horror games are easy, but making a good one isn't as easy as people think. Making one that people actually want to play takes some time. Oh, will it be on Steam? Yes, it's gonna be on Steam. 100% gonna be on Steam. I love Steam. But yeah, it definitely is gonna be on Steam. How old are you? I'm about to turn 21. I'm 20 right now. Still in college. Can you tell me how to trigger an animation when overlay? Wait. Can you tell me how to trigger an animation when overlay for 7 seconds? I'm not sure 100% what you mean by that. When overlay for 7 seconds. Like with an overlay for 7 seconds? I'm confused exactly what you mean by that. Oh, with an overlap for 7 seconds? I guess you would just, I mean, I don't know exactly what trigger an animation. An animation how? An animation with the player? If you want, you can join the Discord. I can try to help you more there, but in terms of your specifics, it would really, I need to know exactly what you're doing. Otherwise, can't you make the character float? So in terms of right here, you mean in terms of like the elevator or not? I can make them float, I guess, because they're in space. I'm not, yeah, with no gravity. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, but the only thing with that is like determining how they float up and down this. There's so many ways I can handle this. I think the elevator system is a good idea though, because I plan on having electricity as part of like the space station be a thing. Like they're gonna have to fix this right here. That's why there's smoke right here. This is like broken, and so like in the game they're gonna have to fix this. And like, so like, yeah, I could make them float, but I think the elevator might be a better idea, because then they'll have to fix the power in order to get down to the lower levels as well. But yeah, let me see right here. Let's see. So if I look up Sci-Fi elevator, there's some good meshes here, but none that are 100% really good. I'm probably just gonna put like a temporary one and then edit upon it later. Yeah, like what I'll do, what you can do for now is like put a basic mesh and then just change it later on. Shapes, like you can put a plane, rotate it up or something, and just make it so like if they walk on it. Wow, I'm also going to turn 21. I'm 20 now. Yeah. Some young developers, man. Speaking of young developers, just this guy in my Discord, he's like 16. I was like, wow, that's Rocker. I don't know if you're still in here, but 16 is young. That, I mean, that's when I was like, that's kind of like how old I was when I started, but I might have been a little bit younger. But young developers, man. If I do something like this, I mean, obviously it's clipping outside of it, but this would be easy to just make it go down with it. I think for now that's what I'm gonna do. Can you make a tutorial on lighting, like light bulbs? So if it's light bulbs, like, do you mean just having lighting like this, or like a physical light bulb? Because if you mean like point lights, we could do something with point lights. But if you mean like a light bulb mesh and like making it actually light up, that could be something I could help you with one-on-one. PC specs, I have like an i9 11900K, I believe, and a RTX 2060. I actually need a better graphics card, man. My computer cannot handle this. I need a better graphics card. I only have a 2060, and like I bought it and then they released like the 4060 or something like that, like the 40 series. I should have just bought the 3060. I made a picture of a frame of a girl. If I look at her for 7 seconds, she starts to smile. Oh, okay, I see. I mean, off the top of my head, there's probably multiple ways to do that, but you can probably do something where like, yeah, if you're overlapping for 7 seconds and the character hasn't moved, then you can change the material of the painting so that, or the picture, so that it smiles, or you can, if you have an animation, that would be better. Unless you want it to just immediately smile, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have an elevator here. I think that might be the better idea. Let me actually delete this dome for now. But I'm developing my game with a 5600G APU with no dedicated graphics, but I'm overclocked to 4. APU? Why am I confused what that is? Hold on. APU. What is an APU? Or you mean CPU? No. What this EV game genre is about, like a concept, can you tell about it, please? I talked about it a little bit in my EV devlog, but it's kind of like a sci-fi horror game, psychological horror. You're basically, my idea of it right now is you're the last person kind of alive, or you're at least sent on like an expedition and you're the only one in the spaceship. And it's at a certain point the space station becomes like infiltrated by like a creature of some sort. So there's gonna be like some Outlast mechanics where like there's gonna be like hiding. There's gonna be some Resident Evil mechanics where like you're gonna be interacting with things around. APU is a CPU with integrated graphics, so they just call it an APU. That's interesting. I thought some CPUs have integrated graphics, like for example, like Intel CPUs have integrated graphics. Like there's a lot of CPUs with integrated graphics. Like, I think mine has integrated graphics, but I don't know how. I mean, I'm surprised you're able to run games with no actual GPU. Discord link is gone. Oh, it should be up if you scroll up, but I'll host another one. Let me do that now. There's the Discord link for anyone that wants to join. We have like 30 something odd members now. It's kind of crazy. I did not expect there to be this many members in here. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna try to move this again. Let's see what I can do with this. So which camera is the actual one that I'm using? So that one is. Okay, so let's get rid of this camera because I don't need that one anymore. Let me get rid of it in the level blueprint though. Level blueprint, yeah, get rid of you because I'm not actually using you. Control cameras, none of that's actually happening. If you guys heard the music in my devlog, what do you guys think of that? Do you think it matches the actual scene? And you have any inspiration? Because I'm getting Dead Space vibes here. Yeah, no, Dead Space is obviously one of the inspirations here. Prey is another one. Prey is a really cool game in space. That one's a really cool one. But I mean, kind of my own style here. I'm kind of going for something that I feel like no one has really done before with these games. And like I feel like no one's made like besides Dead Space and like maybe there's some Alien ones I believe, but besides those, like I don't feel like no one's really captured like the sci-fi space station just being isolated in space. And I feel like I'm really good at like making story elements within horror games, and I feel like it's gonna be this game is gonna be my first piece where I'm gonna really show that. So I hope you guys do play it when I do release it. But okay, let's see. So it's up right now. It's normally at 35, I believe. No, that's 35 in the Y direction. It's normally at 35 here, right? Yes. Okay, so it goes 35 to 85, or does it go? I thought it went to 35 to 85. That's not bad. 35 to 85 is only 50. Why did I think it was more than that? 35 to 170, I thought. How much will your game cost? It's gonna be cheap. Like I'm thinking like maybe like $2.99, $3.99, tops like $4.99. But it's gonna be a longer game. Like I'm hoping the gameplay in its entirety is gonna be like around like 3 hours. I hope, hopefully more. Of just like the story and obviously stuff like that. With that music, you put alarm sounds. In the game, I do plan on actually. It's funny you say that. I do plan on having an alarm happen in the game like fairly early. But the music I'm talking about is, hold on, let me pause this and I'll show you guys really quickly. So I have like some music that I have for the game. So like you can hear it right here with this. I might need to up it a little bit more, but it fades in. This is just one sound that I have here that I really like, but I think it's pretty good. I have a bunch. I have like a lot of them that I could cycle between, but I really like that one, at least for now, for like the roaming part of the game where you're gonna have to roam and find things. But there's definitely gonna be an alarm. I actually have a plan for the alarm to be really early on in the game. Where did you learn blueprint scripting? I learned blueprint scripting through like I tell this to a bunch of people, but like through like kind of just regular tutorials, like people learn from me with my tutorials, but also documentation, reading online how to do certain things, stuff like that. I can learn a lot from. So that's kind of like how I learned it. But everyone learns differently. So I plan on making more tutorials for people to learn more general things. Like I'm gonna make a course on blueprints and stuff like that in the future. So if you guys do want that, let me know. Let's see. So it's up as of right now. Event graph. Now this is the security camera. I need the surveillance. So it's not 35 to 170 though, is it? Let's look at it right now. 35 to 170. Oh, not this. 35 to 170. No, it's not 35 to 170. It's 35 to 85, I believe. Yes. Okay, so 35 to 85 vertically, because if I go here, 35. Yeah, 35 to 85. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. 35 to 85. So this is, instead of 170, 35 to 85. Music is great. Thanks, man. I watch YouTube videos for my info mainly. Yeah. I feel like when I'm watching YouTube videos that aren't like educational, I feel like I'm kind of wasting time recently. I feel like I'm just like, I could be doing something productive, you know? Okay, so let's see. We got 35 to 85, so we want to move that component. We want to move horizontally 70. Okay, cool. So let's test this out. So when I press this button, it should be doing it, but let's actually check and see that it's even being fired at all. So let's just do a print. This is how I like to make sure that like, so if I don't see things happening on the screen, I like to do prints to make sure that it's actually like firing off at least. So let's do that. Let's just make it say like, should move to the right. To the right camera. Let's see. So if I go in, and if I go to this, and if I interact with it, you can see the on camera, which is fine. I just have to make it so you don't see the camera, and I did that logic already here. So let me just copy that logic. You basically just have to hide the camera. You have to hide the player. So here it is. You set the visibility of the mesh to be not seen. So you just grab this. You can just copy. You're gonna set the visibility to be none. And then we want to add a widget on the screen. Where can we get soundtrack for our game? Because you're not a composer. Yeah, you can. I mean, the one that I got was I got it a long time ago. I bought it off this guy. I think I even bought it in the Unity asset place or whatever, but you have the rights in any engine. Actually, I think it was Unreal, but if I were you, I would recommend like you can look anywhere online really for like genre packs of music. So like if you want to, you can look up like horror game pack of music or something like, and you can find like horror music pack volume 1. This guy on itch.io is selling music. Music pack, horror game music. Like there's a lot of places where you can find music, but of course you're probably gonna have to pay for it if you want really good music. Okay, so let's see. Did I make a reference to the first person player? I should have. Let's delete that for now. I did. Okay, cool. So let's go to here then and make it so when you actually go into the camera, it hides the player. So let's grab these and move this out. Nice. And let's move this out as well. Great. So now we know the dimensions that it needs to move. Let's put them right next to each other, and let's move them up to the L. So when I deal with that, I can actually see that. All right, cool. So let's see. So if I want to make it so the player, you can't see the player anymore, I can just go to here, drag off of the player, go to get mesh. We want to get the mesh, straight line that, and then we want to set the visibility. Do you guys like these streams, by the way? Like if I'm just answering questions, working on the game live, like do you guys find these useful? Do you enjoy these streams? But yeah, so anyways, if I set this to be not visible anymore, it should make it so once I go in it, it does that, and then once I go out of it, it should do the opposite. So it should make it so it is visible again. But let's see. So if I go in and if I interact, there we go. So now the player isn't visible. And if I press L, it's not firing off the one event, which is interesting. So it's not firing off this event right here. So what I can do is, let's see, it might have to be inside the widget. So let's actually make a widget really quickly. Let's make a widget. So let's go to my first person folder. Let's go to my widgets and let's make a new widget that's specifically for cameras, and like updating cameras. So let's make a new widget. Let's go to user interface widget blueprint widget to go W underscore, and we'll make this camera. No, we'll make it surveillance system. Surveillance interface, right? Just because we want this to be where they interact with the surveillance system, and so there's going to be certain buttons where they can do certain things with it. So let's do a canvas, and let's grab it like so. And then what we want to do is, I guess we'll have let's have like an overlap so that we know we're in here originally. So let's have like text, and let's get a text, and let's put like in the bottom left or something maybe. Obviously this will look a lot better eventually, but camera and then blank. There's gonna be a certain camera that you're on and it'll update every time. So let's actually create a binding for this, and let's format text, and it's gonna be like let's make it camera, and then I think you do it like this, X, and then yeah, you put in the X value. So we'll do it off of the camera that we're actually on. So I'm gonna set up this logic later. We have to set it up once we have each camera. So for example, if they're on this camera, it'll be camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, camera 5, camera 6, and then back to camera 1. Trust me, this is one of the greatest streams I've watched on YouTube. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. Can you lower the head bob or add a setting to lower it? Because the idle head bob is crazy in my opinion. Yeah, no, you can change it. So like if you go to blueprints, and then, or no, where did I store it? It should be the same in yours if you follow the tutorials. Where is it? Effects? Yeah, effects, camera shake, and the idle camera shake right here, you just change these values right here. So you can change your amplitude and your frequency. And I would recommend just changing these values to whatever you like. It's probably this frequency right here that you think is too much, but you can change it to whatever you like right here. Because we didn't touch the location, I believe. Yeah, no, we didn't touch the location or the FOV oscillation. So this right here, if you want to make it so it's less, you can lower it right here. Just tinker with the settings, see what you like and what you don't like. Great. Okay, so we have, let's see. So now if I have this, it's gonna update according. So for now, we'll just make it well, let's see. We'll just make a camera for now. And then what we'll do is we'll have I have to show the player what they're actually pressing. So let's go image, and we'll make like an image on the bottom, like right here or something. Or maybe that's too big. Because if they're in this camera view, I have to see how they see. Let's pilot this really quickly. Yeah, so if I make it right here, it might be too big, but I'm not 100% sure. What I can do is I can make the oscillation or the opacity really, really low so that they can like see through it kind of, which will be pretty good. If I make it like 0.3 or 0.4, and then if I make it black, that'll be better, I think. So maybe if I make it like 0.3 opacity, yeah, so it's seen, maybe even 0.35. That way it's seen, but it's not too much, maybe even 0.4. And let's make this a different font just so it doesn't look so bad. Let's make it light, actually, maybe that'll look better. And probably in like the top left or something. And let's anchor it to the top left. Let's anchor this to the bottom middle. Compile and save. And let's do, let's see, let's have a section where, let's actually rename this. So let's make it bottom opacity cover or background. And let's make this camera text. And then let's do, we can do an icon. So like for a certain button that they press, it shows the icon, and we can update that icon dynamically based on like their settings that they set. But for now, let's just do, let's see, common text, and the text just gonna say like, let's make it part of this. No, I guess it can't have, what? Whatever. Let's just make it so it's like instruction text. Chat, from where did you learn blueprints? Yeah, maybe everybody in chat can help too. Like, where did you guys learn your blueprints from? I'm just wondering. Let's see. So if we change this to be press L to, no, press H to go right. For now, we'll just make it like that. And then we'll do like a different press for if you go vertically or something. Let's see. And then we'll do duplicate this, and then we'll from the bottom, and let's also do this, and then make it like, this is just for now. I'm just gonna keep this for myself. Then we'll like press V to go up for now. Compile and save. So if you press H, so let's do this. Let's go to the designer, or no, let's go to the graph, but let's get out of this. Let's go to the event graph. So, okay. Yeah, if I press H here, for example, let's just make sure this is even working like this. So if I compile, and then we go to the surveillance camera. How much is, oh, okay, good, we have some time on here. So let's see. If we go here, let's see. Print string, hello. Okay, so but yeah, if you guys do want to learn how to do blueprints, I do plan on making a long like blueprint tutorial of like all of the things I know how to do in blueprints. So like there'll be timelines, there'll be different functions, different input actions, how to make blueprint interfaces with things interacting with one another. I plan on doing all of that, so if you guys are interested in that, I do plan on doing that as well soon. I'm actually making a first-person adventure game. Initially I planned on it being 10 to 15 minute gameplay, but now it got like 40 minutes gameplay. Did you have any experience like that, or I'm a worst planner? No, trust me, that's actually good. You're actually like not a good planner, obviously, because you didn't plan for it to be that long, but you did something good there, because if you can have more gameplay, it means your game is more like fruitful. It has more to it. It has more substance. So that's really good, man. Pressed H should go right. Yeah, let's just see for now. So like if I spawn this, so if I create widget now, and let's get controller, and then let's doesn't help you learn. I bet most of us can't open such closed door without watching tutorials. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think I want to make a course, like an actual course video on how to like do certain things and like make it interactive, so that like you can try to do it on your own first, and then if you can't do it on your own, then you watch that part of the video, then you go back and then you do it again. You know, that's how you learn things, really. You repeat that cycle, trying to make sure that you really hammer it in and make sure you really learn it. Okay, let's see. So let's make the class the one that we just made on a surveillance interface. I learned blueprints through YouTube. I also learned normal programming basics. It really helped me understand blueprints better. Yeah, that's You'll learn it once you start doing it too, according to me. Yeah, so if you learn a lot of programming basics before you go into blueprints, it makes it a lot easier. Like a lot easier. So let's do this. Let's make it let's make it w underscore serve ref. So now that's the reference, and let's add it to viewport. Add to viewport. We don't need this target right here because this is the target. Great, so we can just comment this and just creating widgets. Compile, save, and then let's make it so, let's see if that actually goes on the screen right now. So let's try doing that. Let's see. So if I go over here, I click on this, great. So if I press H should go right. Great. So only thing is, it's not actually popping up from the disk blueprint itself. Oh, that's because it's L. Let's make this the H key. Let's see if it pops up like that, but I don't think it will. It didn't before. Let's see, H key. Yeah, pressed H should go right. So right now the widget is taking keyboard focus, but I wonder if it's because don't you have to do something like keyboard like focus or something? I don't think it's this. Let's see. So if we're setting focus to it, we want to make sure that it actually has. Let's see. Also, is the quality on the live stream actually good, guys, or how does it look for you guys on your end? Because this is the first live stream I've done with like game development and everything like that, so I'm not sure exactly how it looks for you guys. Oh man. Okay. So let's see. Compile, save. I would say tutorials and courses and learning on your own. Yeah, I think the mixture of the three is the best way to learn. Okay, so H should go right. Okay, cool. So if I go, let's go to surveillance, and let's go to, looks good. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Let's make it so, let's see if we can set like focus or something. I think it's something with focus where then you can type. Maybe I did it from other one. Tutorials and practicing simple tests and advancing along the way. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. But yeah. Hold on, be right back, guys. Be right back. All right, we're back, guys. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. All right, so we have this, so we know that it appears. Let's go into our blueprint and let's make it so, okay, so what we can do is we can cast that event, but I don't want to really cast that event. Honestly, I'd much rather make it so it changes here. So I'm trying to understand exactly why when I press this H, it's not actually firing. So that's the goal right now. Let's see. It's probably something to do with the focus. So that's why I'm trying to see if I can, what did I do here? What did I do with the slide door? Did I set focus or something? Set material, set blend, set input game mode only. Oh wait, I should check this. If I go, actually, let me do it like this. And let's make this smaller. So if I go over here and if I interact with it and I look around, no, I can't look around, which is good. I can't look around. Press H or if I press L, nothing happens in terms of that. So what I'll do is, let's see, so that's ignore, set visibility, move to a component. I think I set the focus inside the actual widget. Let me see. So if I go to the unlock widget, graph, Did I like, yeah, set keyboard focus. I did that there. I wonder if I could do set keyboard focus inside the blueprint. Set keyboard focus, but yeah, that's only, the target is for widget, so I don't think it'll work here. When I press H though, it's not being fired. What I can do is I can make it so it's in the blueprint of the character and then just cast. Either way, I might have to cast, which I'd rather not do. But let me see. Also, let me see if this one system. Yeah, I think, yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna add a. Light quality is good, but you should have seen Ubisoft software of revealing AC shadows. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I'm assuming from how you're saying it wasn't too great. Okay, let's see. So one thing I do want to work on is I will need to create the living quarters actually of the space station. So where like the game actually starts. So I'm gonna have a spot over here where the space station actually is going to where the game is actually going to begin. But before I get into that, let's see if I can find a better space cube map. For space skybox, because this one is just not cutting it. Free images of space skybox HDR. That's not bad actually. For use on unlimited number of commercial projects with no limits on sales. Okay, cool. So that's completely free. Let's see if I add to library. Let's see what I can actually do with it. But let's see if there's anything else. Let's see. Space Skybox, opengameart.org. Yeah, no, I want something a little bit more realistic than this. We need a realistic space skybox. Let's see what Reddit is saying. It's much easier to find panoramic images than a set of 6 cube map images. However, free online tools to do it, like this one. Okay, let's look for space panoramas then, maybe. 4K. This would be great if I could use this, like the actual one that, like of the Milky Way. What's the quality on this though? That's pretty good. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do with it. Milky Way panorama. Panorama. Let's see. So if I take this and if I bring it into this converter like this guy just said, downloads Milky Way panorama. You want to make it as well as some close to planet or some deep space. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I think complete isolation makes it more scary, so maybe some deep space stuff, but I'm not 100%. Let's see. So I guess what settings do we want to have? Best but slower, sharper detail. Let's just see how this goes first, I guess. Let's see. So how do I take this out? Click each cube face to save it to your computer. Okay. So that's upper. So maybe I should like rename it. Show in folder. Upper .png. That's left. Left. This would be middle, I believe. This would be down. This would be right. Yeah, I think this would be right. And then this would be back. So we have, where's the upper? Upper, left, middle, down, right, back. Let's see how that looks. So if I go to, where is it? environments, where did I put that? Space, sky map, the cube map. So I have, oh, so can I download that as a cube map instead? Or let's see, can I output that as a cube map, or is it just gonna give me it like this? I think it's just gonna give me like this, but I think I can 6 images to cube map online. Let's see if we can do that. This is the same website, but this is converting panorama to 6 face cube map. But now I want to convert a cube map. Wait, can I just do it with a panorama? No, I can't do it with a panorama because I need it to be, you know what I could do though? Can I just save image as? Or does that only do 1 image at a time? It only does 1. Okay, so let's see if there's another website where I can stitching a cube map from 6 images. I've not used it yet, but heard of cube map gen. Let's see this. This might be too much. Let's see if there's something simpler than this. There's got to be something simpler than this. Maybe another panorama to cube map. Are you doing a metahuman retargeting video with fixed foot IK? Yes, I am doing that soon. I'm gonna actually, for the locomotion system I made earlier, I'm gonna be changing it so that there's gonna be some metahuman that I'm gonna create as the main character, and that's gonna be the main character. So yeah, I'm gonna make a tutorial for that for the channel. And yeah, it's definitely gonna have fixed foot IK because that's a big problem with those metahumans recently. Will you add jump scares in this game? Yeah, there's definitely gonna be some jump scares. I don't know how many, but there will be jump scares for sure. Let's see. I've been using the panorama cube map tool to port into CS:GO. I've been converting into the Valve. This is for CS:GO, but fit. Okay. I don't know about CS:GO. I don't need it for CS:GO. Let's try to do space cube map. Since the foot IK doesn't work. Yeah, the foot IK, yeah, there's some problems with it, but for sure. I can figure that out, make a video for it. So this is for Unity, but let's see, they probably have some good information. This is, let's see what this is. This isn't a cube map though. This is just, hey folks, I've been searching on the internet for 2 days and can't find any space cube map. I want a space cube box for my game, but every asset doesn't allow me to use 6. Any help? Look up cube maps and skyboxes. Will that work? Actually, let me see something. So if I go to mine, yeah, no, I don't think it will because it's not a straight up cube map. I think I'm gonna have to create one the way that I did before, but this, yeah, this isn't a cube map. This is just an image. Let's look at like this in Unreal Engine. Also, did this download? Did this add to my library? Add to library. Let's see how this is actually. HDR, Jupiter sky, solar system, view. Are these all? Are these all one? I can't even tell. This also doesn't look like a cube map though. Can we get something from Marketplace? What do you mean? Can you get a cube map from Marketplace? Oops. You can get a cube map from the Marketplace if that's what you're asking. I'm sure they have cube maps. Like if you look up like space skybox or something. Yeah, there's a bunch here. See, I feel like none of these look super realistic though. That's the only thing. None of them look super realistic, and a lot of them look like super fantasy. Yeah, like even this one, I mean, it's okay. It's just like a lot of blue. I don't know. No, it's a good suggestion. It's a good suggestion. Did you check the Five Nights at Freddy Fazbear Night 1? It's having a really good chase or AI patrol. Night 1, I thought Five Nights at Freddy's was you stay in one spot. Like, I didn't think you walked around. Yeah, I thought you were just sitting in this place and then you have to check and see your left or right. I didn't know you were walking around in this game. I never really was a big FNAF guy, but if you mean in terms of how the AI moves, yeah, no, they have a good system. The way that they do it though, I'm pretty sure is based off like every character has a time where it changes. Like every character has a time where they move, but I think it's dependent on whether or not you click on a certain camera or not. But I think it's a complex system they have, because if you don't click on a camera, they also move. So they have a pretty good system there too. It's a pretty good game. But we can see though if they have a skybox. Actually, let's just do it this way. Space, instead of looking for cube map, let's look for space skybox Unreal. And let's see if there's any skyboxes in UE4. Let's see. Oh, they made it in. That's kind of smart, because if you do it like that, you can make it go through every window, but at the same time, nah, I'm not doing it like that. Generator. I'm also making a horror game. I find something that's challenging is making a level that looks good but also is playable. Yeah, that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. For any of them, like if you're trying to make something that looks good, making it playable is the hardest part, because you have to make sure that it's optimized. I'm gonna do some more videos on like optimizing, but yeah, that is the hardest part. Lightning Thief, that's the hardest part. Oh, that's a fan-made game. I see. This one on Game Jolt. Oh, you actually walk around this one? That's interesting. Yeah, that window one was actually a pretty good technique. It's smart to do it that way. I mean, the only thing is, like, you have to do it for every window, but instead of generating an entire skybox, it's pretty smart. This is a good cube map.
Make the all-electric Cadillac Lyric.
Okay. This is a good cube map. Let's see the animation speed. I want to see how it looks. It's green. Yeah, no, like, can't use that, because, like, can't you join the image? I can join the images. If I took those 6 images that I had previously, I can put them in like Photoshop and join them. Yeah, which might be easier. I mean, let's see. If I go in Photoshop and I join them, that might be the easier way to do it. But I don't know how big the actual file has to be, so I'd have to make a new one, and it would have to be, I guess, 4096 by 4096, I believe. Let's just make a space skybox. So we have that now, and then we need to. Actually, I can just use this as reference. It's 4096 by 3072. Okay. So let's make a new one. Make it 4096 by 3072. I'll make it untitled one for now. Okay, so let's see. Let's get those images then. Open, and let's grab these images. So we have back all of these. And let's open. Great. And then let's move this one. So we'd have to, can we just grab them like this? Nice. Wow. They're a lot smaller like this though. Something that's helped me through with my level design is with the blockout stage, I do a little bit more detailing than I'm supposed to get a better feel for what I'm making. Yeah, that can really help. Usually I don't even make a blockout stage. I just kind of like go off of, and I kind of just spitball to see what I like, and if something sticks, then I keep it and I expand off of it. Okay, so that's the, which one is this one? I need to label them so I don't mix them up. So let's start with bottom. Delete layer. Start with down. So this is down. That's the only thing. If I upscale it, it loses quality. So let's keep it the same size actually. I guess it's not the size though, because if it was the size, then it wouldn't be. What is the sizing of a skybox or cube map? 2048 by 2048 maybe? Do the detail series for level design. Yeah, level design workflow, I mean, it takes time, but yeah, I might do something like that in the future. 2048 by 2048, so maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Let's try that one. So let's go to down, bring that in here. Even that doesn't really feel right though, to be completely honest. What I can do though is I can maybe export this and then just override this. Let's see if I export this. What is it? It's a .hdr, isn't it? Yeah, it's a .hdr. Let me see how I did this, by the way. Yeah, you take the cube map, take the texture, and then I multiply the opacity for the emissive. Let's see if I can do this. That's not really what I'm looking for. Let's see. Let's make a panorama. Here we go. Let's see what they did. Is it possible? There's no easy way of doing it properly, but there's an easy hack. Model up a UV sphere in Blender. Oh, they did it through that way. I guess that's why people use cube maps. Panoramas don't do it easily, but I mean, if you change a panorama to the cube map, it should be easy to put it together. That's why I'm saying, like, images to cube map. There has to be a generator for it. What is this? What is this? This might be useful. Of course, they're not online anymore. And sometimes, I mean, it's better. Sometimes I found it's like, if it takes time to do something, you know what I mean? Do it right. Don't rush. Make sure you get exactly what you want. Any free repository of 6 image sources? Do I have one? Like, yeah, I mean, like, this is like the same thing I have. Now it's just putting them together and making sure you actually have the right, like in Photoshop, like have the right aspect ratio. Dropping a link for future people who might stumble across this. What is this? It's immediately downloading. What is Spacescape? I was digging through random Reddits and ended up finding this gem of a program. It's an axe that lets you mess around and build your own, support HDRs and 6-sided PNG textures. It also creates simple stars, which is what I opted for, but it seems you can create really cool stuff with it. Totally free, by the way. I have also got to work on a custom Sky for my game because the Unreal Engine, yeah, they're not good. They're not good. I don't usually work on them. I usually do like more programming stuff, so kind of learning with you guys right now. Let's see what this is though. Spacescape. Let's see what this does. Spacescape. Let's see if we can get something good out of it. How do we do it? New layer? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, that's pretty basic. How do we change it? Okay, here we go. Number of points, point size. Let's try like 5. Give me random seeds every time? Yeah, but it only goes off of this. How do you create? So if I create another layer, how do I create a nebula? Billboards. I see. Noise? No, that's too much. Just points. So the more of those you add, the more. I wonder if they have Spacescape templates. If people have Spacescape templates, or yeah, let's see. Oh, is this it right here? Oh, wow. Actually, I doubt those are that. Yeah, here we go. Ah, I see. Yeah, it doesn't even look that great though, to be completely honest, guys. I don't know. Maybe for now we'll stick with this and then we'll figure it out a different time. I'll figure it out off camera. But I think for this one, I think we got some decent progress. I think I know better the direction I want to go. I think we're definitely going to put an elevator here, by the way. And I think that I'll try to have that done before I release the next devlog. And this system, we know where we have to move now. It's like, let me see right here. We have to move 70 right or left, and we have to move 50 vertically. So that system is going to be easy to make. We have the widget blueprint that we made for it right here, and so we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that. And yeah, I think this is a good point to end live, and let you guys go about your day. I gotta do some stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me read this last. I personally feel like level designing is the biggest challenge, making a level not boring and not repetitive while also making the player enjoy. Yeah, before I leave, my advice would be, I guess to take inspiration from other games. Like analyze what they're doing, what they're using, and like the strategies they use to make it effective. And yeah, I think that's like the best thing you could do, to be honest. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and I will let you guys know when I'm going live next time. Bye, guys.